Yeah, just confirm that you hear me. I will continue for now. So we have 4 animations that we combine in preview window for now, but at the end I will just copy them into one big animation. Yeah, great, now it's working. So the reason is I'm doing it separate because each animation has different spans, and if I combine them together in one huge, I need to duplicate them, and that will create a mess which I will not be able to figure out and work with. Great. Now what we are doing today, so basically we will be animating this wing, this stream flow, and the character, the rocks, and the magic here and there. So I think basically that one. And if we have time, I will also go and animate the sky, the clouds, which I have not prepared for now. The images are not there, but I will see it, how we can do it. So I would like to go and do it a similar way, but you won't learn too much from that, maybe improve some knowledge, but let's do it different way. Let's assume we don't use path constraints. Instead, we will do just binding to bones and moving in that curvy path. To achieve that curvy path, we can go with several bones, put them in skewed frame of reference in a bone that will scale and share it, and then everything inside will be rotating as we have done it here. So you can see that we can rotate it actually in already skewed perspective, the frame of reference. And we have skewed it using this bone, the parent bone. So we have scaled it and shared it a little bit. So I think you are now familiar with the concept. And yeah, I will do that way, but just so I want to mention it up front, there is downsides for both of them. The path constraints are hard to manage and hard to duplicate them and copy paste here and there, and it's long to work with them. So, but they give us ability to move them around. Like we can move the whole. I need to bind this. We can move whole path and rotate it differently, so things will work normally. You can see in preview window, the moment I rotate it, it will also rotate here, and rocks will go that way. I mean, the ones that I attached to the path, the other ones that I did differently will go different in the old path. And I have to bind this VFX sequence too. So that is the benefit of the path, but downside you already heard. And the benefit of the making it with bones, it's easy to do, quick to duplicate and work with, but it won't have that flexibility to change the path curvature. Okay, let's start by adding a few bones. Let me actually bind this. I will go and bind that sequence here. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's hard to select because the selection portion, the internal part of the mesh is here. So we can select it here because we just turn it upside down, and we can select it here but not here. So it's not possible to select it here. And even if we wanted to go and add some more vertices, it is not possible to add it here. I have no idea if it's going to be fixed one day or it's not a proper working way, but we can add here, but not here. It won't let me to do anything because we are outside of the boundaries. Okay, less talking, more working. So for now, I will bind it to the bones that are bound to this, they're constrained to this path. We have two sets of bones because we have duplicated it, but we have one path. So one path will control all those two sets of bones. So first set is here, and I guess the second set is here. So we can bind it to any set of it, but we need to bind it on the one set. You can't go and bind it to here or here, etc. So You need to select one set and bind it to there. I guess it should work this way. We will have problems binding it manually because automatically it can bind for the same reason it does the calculation inside the boundaries. So for that we have to do it manually, meaning that we need to paint. And let's see if we can do it easy way. Okay, so I will start from foundation, this base bone. I will select it and paint everything. Boom. We can check overlay to see the color. We see some lines here, but it's not from the overlay. It's rather selection. Hello, you can disable it in the settings, I believe, and we can get rid of it while dragging. So, and then I will select the next bone and paint it. I will make sure to paint also the top section. And it's like we add more and more value for the next bone. I'm selecting this one, adding value for that. Here's it. So let's go a little bit further. Make sure we don't have any old values here. Next, I will select the other one. Here is it. And the other one. And finally, no, it's not the last one. We still have the to bound the tip. I don't like that we don't have too many vertices here, but again, I couldn't go and add it easily, so I would have to come here, deselect, deform, and go here and add some vertices here, but I don't want to mess around with this beautiful grid. There are too many vertices. I told that in previous video that I just don't care about the number of vertices right now. I could go and get rid of a lot of vertices here and do it with much less, like 10 times less, I guess. Let's see how many we have. We have 900. Yeah, I think we could do with 90 vertices. But we don't do it now. And yeah, let's wait the last one. And now I will go and move it and see we have this also bound. We can see that sequence also comes with us. Fantastic. Let's break it. Okay, moving back the preview window. Now I will go and animate this one. So for that, let's go select the container background, add a bone, add more bones. So this is a delicate moment. We need to create a nice circular thing so we can skew it. I mean, I could go add it here and add bones like here, but I won't be able to rotate it properly. It wouldn't go there. So I need to create a correct circular bone setup. That way I can skew it later. I see some member. We have just a new member. Welcome. I'm happy. I can't express too many emotions. I'm an emotionless person, but I'm really happy to welcome you, ZW. And yeah, thank you. Let's go back and see how we do it. Cool. So we add the bone, and then I want to rotate it and with the equal amount. For that, we can go and put many bones, one in the next, the other one. This is just temporarily set up. I think this much bone will be enough. So I will select all of them and rotate them. You can see they open up nicely because each rotation also applies for the children bone. And I don't need 360 degrees. Maybe this is enough. Yeah. And yeah, I forgot actually to add bones here, but I can go and do it, I guess, here. So I have the guide. Maybe, yeah, maybe let's do it properly. So I will create a bone here. Doesn't matter where you put it. And then duplicate this bone. Put it inside, I guess. Yeah. Duplicate and several times and put each one in the parent bone. It is not something that I do a lot. And now we just go ahead and select these bones. We need those little bones actually because they are positioned. You could go with a different way. You could also go here, change to local and move them. Yeah, I need to parent them, reparent them to here. And in local space, if you move them, they would spread inside their parent bone. So this is also a way, and you just set them to 0 and that's it. Or you can go ahead and now select all of these bones, the tiny ones, and deselect these ones. Just reparent them. It depends what you want. If you have difficult setup here, like few bones, better to go this way. But now we actually don't need those ones. So we have one bone, and now we need to match it here. I will change the icons of those bones so we have something more visible. Let's also change the color. Something that would contrast the bluish color would be, I guess, red. Let's bring it here. Beautiful. And let's match it now. I think I need to create another bone before matching it because this one should not be skewed. I need to create one more bone. I'm putting it here, copying position from this one, setting to world space and selecting this one and pasting it. I need them to match the location. Now I need to move the structure we created previously, this one, and put it inside the newly created bone. This bone will be scaled, so let's call it scale flow, and this rotation flow. Okay, now now we are good to go, and now we can just scale it and try to match it. Yeah, looking good, I guess, or it's not. This is not applicable if you are working with difficult curvature. I mean, like H shapes, etc. So the path would work with that way. Okay. Now let's test it. I have already skewed deformed the space for the scale flow. Now internal bones will behave as they don't know about that. So they will rotate inside that space, which is pretty awesome. But as I said initially, we can't change the path easily. I mean, I can go ahead and scale it here and there, but it's not easy as we're just taking this and rotating it differently. So we can't even rotate it this way. I mean, eventually things will break, but you get the idea. Okay, now we need to bind it. Boom, 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 boom. And the last one, we don't need this one. We can even delete this one. And see, yeah, we have bounded. And I will go also hit smooth. To hit smooth, make sure that the inner line has orange lines. Otherwise, they won't be smoothened. And edges will be smoothened, but not the inner one. Let's select all vertices, hit smooth one time. Yeah, once is enough. And let's see if the rotation works. I will change the icon and maybe show the name. Yeah, this looks great. I could go and move this back. I mean, I could go and adjust the image itself in Photoshop, but we need something behind this rock. Thank you, Mocha, forever. I want to be more active on this channel. I want to try to work more, so maybe in near future this channel can actually be become work. I don't know, I hope so, because I really love working with this channel and expressing my skills, etc. Having being part of this community. Okay. Now we have modified the vertices. We need to click update bindings to recalculate the weights. Great. Now I will go into the flow animation where this flows and make it back. And at this frame, I will move it this way. Yeah, it looks pretty much similar. Now we need to take care of the looping. Okay, so for that we will have to copy the whole structure. Yeah. Let's try it. This looping thing is not always straightforward, so David, let me mute my phone. Hello, David Rambarian. Thank you for watching. Okay, so stick with me. I might fail a few times. Hopefully not much, but I want you to see how I fail so you can learn on that. I will put it inside the rotator here. And we need to duplicate this structure. Let's do it. And actually before that, let me add the fade in, fade out. So here we need 0 transparency. Let's assume here we need full transparency. Copying frames using Control Shift and dragging. And I will enable hotkey pop-ups. I always forget it. And okay, so it comes here, disappears, and we need to add another container, another set of bones for that, and offset that. So let's see how we can actually offset it. I will need to duplicate this rotation key and put it here. Otherwise it would snap, even though it is the same. Yeah, no, sorry, I was saying wrong thing. So I need to duplicate it first frame so it loops properly. We can move it here. Okay. Now we will be able to offset. Otherwise, spine wouldn't let us. So let's see if this works. It's terrible. Okay, so I will leave this for now. I don't want to waste this trim on these rocks. Definitely I can't figure out the way to do it in a quick manner. So maybe I will show later how I did it, but maybe I will just ignore. So for now, you can go ahead and do with the path as we did with this example. I really don't want to waste time in this trim. I will instead go ahead and work with this character. So we close this background actually. And for that, I will create some bones for the character. I don't want to over rig it, but one bone here would do the main leg stuff, and the other bone, I guess, the upper body. We will have one more bone for the arm, and I guess, yeah, one more bone for the other arm. Starting from chest bone, I will add this bone for the scallop or whatever it is. It is magical stuff. And this ribbon will be bound to several bones, which is rotated. I can easily straighten it and then bring it back in spine. I'm not sure if this is a ribbon or just a magic stripe. So make sure to only make it visible and mark this checkbox so we only export that one. I will go ahead and grab this JSON, put that into the spine, into the same, and replace. Now we will have this positioned properly. And it's gone because we forgot to place the origin point. Now it's here. Okay, so where is the body where I can't select it? Let's mesh it. Hey, we have a lot of empty space here, which we need to clean. Now it's ready. You can see that it's stretched because it was mesh. If we disable the mesh, it will jump to the left, so it will dislocate. We need to re-import the JSON, and similar way, just replace it so it will go back. Now we have it smaller rectangle. Maybe I'm not going to create too many vertices here, just maybe this will be enough. Yeah, should be pretty much enough. Anyway, I'm going to just vibrate it, I guess, and for the arm. Yeah, looking great. This, what is this? Okay, this is the stick with the arm. I would also cut this, but I'm not bothering about it right now. Let's leave it. Too much empty space here. So you could go ahead and do it for your production project. And I will also create another bone for the stuff itself here and put everything inside a new container. We'll create a character bone and put this and this inside that character bone. Okay. So this is our character. And now let's bind the arm to this and this. This one is going to be key with stretch and compress. I don't want to show the elbow there. Just this movement. This goes inside the chest. Yeah. And we don't need this to be bound to that chest. We'll disable rotation and mesh this one. Bind it here and maybe here and there. So let's see which one works. Yeah, automatic also works. I will leave it here. Can fix it anytime. Great. And this one also works great. I will bind this to the character so I can fix the legs to that character. Yeah, this works fine. Head goes inside the chest. Maybe we will later add a bone for the head. Right now, I don't care. Now, I will add a little bit vibration and to see how it plays. This is great. So I'm reducing the amplitude by scaling the curve. And this can work actually. I will also copy, maybe add some rotation. And offset it. No, it's too much. Again, too much. Isolate rotation curve. We'll also copy this animation for chest bone. Yeah, I think this works. Here I will do a little bit subtle vibration, like in the wind. Now let's offset something. I will separate all the timelines that I can and just offset them. We don't need to offset scale. So you can go ahead and add another bone here, but I will leave it this way. I want to move fast and do the other stuff. Maybe it's rotating too much, maybe. Yeah, something like this. So this is actually magic, and it has some logic. Left and right, left and right. I don't want to create chaotic movement here. So for that, I have another sequence. I want to introduce as less sequence as possible, but this one should be introduced. We so far have one sequence that is in the project. I have to introduce this one because it's very powerful. It's only 5 or 6 frames. Let me actually check it because we need that number. I will convert it to sequence type of attachment and remove the index so I can add it here. You add it here and you will be able to run through in the animation, changing it to additive, and we almost have our magic. I'm going to delete this. This is as a guide. Maybe reduce the brightness a little bit. I'm going to duplicate these loops so everything looks okay in 60 frame span. I think we don't need this. It came from when I duplicate it, I guess. Okay, we have vibration. We similarly can vibrate also the arm. So right, left, left. Keep it inside 60 frames. Great. Now let's work with this. I will add some bones in the character. 1, holding shift to add inside the same container. 2 and 3, and I guess 4, maybe 5th would be behind his back. And yeah, we can actually go ahead and add one more here. So you can go with much less bones, I guess. I will color them and maybe give some icon and color them dark blue. And I now am going to mesh this. And since we are working with mostly linear path, I will go and not create too many vertices here. But I will have to bind this to these 2 bones so I can play with it. Let me select it and loop it. I will change the frame per second to 30, which is default. Now, this looks too much as electricity. Anyway, I think I will find another sequence maybe later. I don't want it to look like a electric line. It should be smoother, but smoother it is, more frames we will have. I will cut down to maybe 15, so it's like maybe jumpy magic. Cool. Now I have it. I will duplicate it. Maybe flip it and change it this way and scale it. I will change the initial frame and remove the bindings, bind it again. I don't see why it doesn't change the frame we are looking. Maybe it's a bug. But anyway, I will do it, fix it in animation. Hello, Musab. So we have 2 lines working together. Similarly, we can bring another one and construct everything else. Remove the binding here. Duplicate it. And we need still 2 more. I forgot to flip few of them. When you do flips like that, make sure to recalculate the binding. So this one is going behind him. Let's avoid skewing it and bind it to also this bone, but I will remove the other one, which will be the pink one, I guess. Yeah. I'm moving it behind his back. I will actually move all electricities close to our character. Where is it? Rob. And this one will move behind his back actually. And now we have that magic. Maybe I will delete this one. I wanted to create another smaller version here, but let's just end it here. And last one I will bind to this. Great. So we have our magic. You can go ahead and add constraints here so they all listen a little bit to the stuff. If you need to move the stuff a lot, you need to bind the put everything inside that stuff. So you move it like this, or just add constraints. Just I will actually show it. Adding constraint, naming one. I'm moving quick. Naming is not important. But my suggestion to always be organized and make clean projects. Hit match, rotation, and something here. Yeah, we have it moving. And you can reduce the constraint value more and more while we get closer to the body. Let's say 40. Check it. I'm deleting this. We don't need it anymore. Yeah. You can actually go and bind it a similar way just to keep original. Or maybe if we add it, change it to additive blending, it does make some sense. But for now, I will delete it so we see what we work with. And you can add more vertices here for this one. So we can add a curvature to it, which would be cool. Down, 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 and one more here. So this is like wrapping around the character. When you add more vertices or change, make sure to update bindings. Otherwise, it will behave very weirdly. So we have a nice turnaround, and same way we can add two more, I guess. We don't need much here. update binding. Yeah. So we could actually, I like this curvature, so we could actually do it. We could go ahead and add 3 for each remaining, and we can maybe generate. Yeah, we could if we did it initially. Now we need to remove the bindings. I don't know why I did 4. Oh, we have it. So yeah, this one doesn't need actually 4. 3. I will reset it. No, just move it. So maybe we can do that H shape, or like it curves inside like this. No, I don't like it. But it's not looking good. Let me try again with bigger curve. Update binding here, update binding here, and I see that they are very synchronized. I will actually change them here. So this starts from 1, this starts from 2. I couldn't change it in the setup pose, but I think I can do it here. 4, 5, and yeah, that's it. So now we have curved. Maybe we can reduce this size here. And make some adjustments. Update bindings for it, update bindings for this one. And yeah, I think I spent a lot of time on this, so you get the idea. You can go ahead and do some kind of nice effect for you. So the cool part is that we can actually animate those bones. Otherwise, I would not bind them to the bones. I would directly just create a mesh here. And yeah, so since we have bounded them to the bones, we can move them around in the animation. Let's do it. I'm separating the timelines, X and Y axis, so I can move them circular way. I can copy them and paste it for everyone. I'm not bothering about synchronization right now. Select all. Yeah, this one should not be moving. Stay there. And yeah, this one also, we can reduce the amplitude of it. Just store the values, select them, and reduce it. Reduce the amplitude. So if you don't see what's happening there, you can frame it and do the scale after that. So, but make sure that you also disable auto frame. So you frame it, you move it, you should be able to see where it was stored, which we don't see right now. If we auto frame, we will see. So this one doesn't move much. This could actually move. This also should not move much. I will reduce them both simultaneously. And now time to offset them, I guess. So this way we created a flow magic. Now we need to add one what? I need one blurry image. What we have here? I need to bring it from other places. We have one blur image here. Yeah, this would work. Back to spine. So since this is actually casting, it is repeatedly very hard cast. So I will go and add slow energy transition from behind across this. So at the end, we have some kind of glow anyway, which is additive as always. Less transparent, I mean more transparency. And we'll put it inside. So I will add flickering here and duplicate this glow. So we have a core and we have the outer part, which is much less visible. And core is actually a core, which is shaped like the crystal. Great, so in the animation, we can just do the basic. Fix the colors, make them brighter quickly, and then reduce to the original slowly. Brighter quickly, and then reduce them. So it's kind of pulsating. A little bit easing and offset maybe. So the first will be the core that sparks up, lights up, and then the outer glow will boom, boom, boom. So we also will add another glow. Let me duplicate it, put it here, behind the rock, but in front of this stuff. So let me find the stuff. So here. But we also need to make sure that it is behind. Yeah, so it's good. I will add a bone for it. It should be inside this stuff, so let's add a bone for it. And move it slowly here, and it will disappear, like it's merging with the crystal. But here it will also scale and stretch. And here, once it gets to some point, we will bring it back to normal scale. We can give it more color opacity. I will separate the alpha, delete all the color keys, so I can clearly see only the alpha. So we are at lowest value 30 from 35. We can just move this curve up. That should make it brighter. Let's see. Yeah, it does. Okay, so we have a lot of action here that it is too thick. We don't need that. So maybe at the end it should not be that thick. And here we should align it. Yeah, I think I like it. A little rotation. Yeah, I like it. So there is a constant energy that flows across this stuff. And then we need to solve this energy beam. Okay. Hello guys, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm happy you like it. I would be very happy if you learn also. And the stream comes to end, and I don't know if I have time for this one. But basically I will be doing the same thing, so let me do it quickly. Duplicating it, resetting the... I don't need the weights. I need to move it even outside of the character maybe. Or we'll put it inside the character. No, it was the glow. So where is our character? Here's... Okay, putting it back to the... Oh, it is inside character. That's why I wasn't seeing it. Now I'm scaling it. I will construct it with 2 or 3 of them. One, the second one would be maybe rotated version of it, a little bit scaled here. Another one would be here and scaled We don't need this. Okay, now I will delete also this bolt, which we don't need, the original one. Maybe I will keep it for this one, so I can give some curvature, as was in original, and also here. So this branching will give it some cool look. So we have it curves, starts from here, it curves. Let's see the animation. It curves, and it should be bound to the arm, I guess. Here. And to the character, I guess. Same for this one. To the character and to the arm. So these two top ones will go to the character below, and we can smooth it. Same for here. Top ones will go to the character and we can smooth it. Now if we rotate the arm, it also will rotate. We can go ahead and also bind this one. Back. Yeah, this looks great. One thing I would like to change is the actually moving it up. I will also select this one, enable soft selection, make it huge, select from here and move it to the tip of the arm, and update bindings for all of them. And now I can see that arm does weird movements. Yeah, I definitely should not have this rotation, or maybe very little. Okay, now let's see the final look. I will grab the preview window and see it here. I'm sorry that I messed up with the rocks. I just yeah, there is no much value of me trying hard to solve it and make you bored. I mean, you see how you can do it with this one. So, and I will just delete it to not confuse you. Okay, bringing back the preview window, and here we go. Here we go. making it bigger. So this is pretty much the final result. I don't have too much time, I guess, for today to make it even nicer. But I think I would go and animate the sky, just moving to the side very slowly. And I would animate this kind of shiny stuff on the other flow and rocks. But I think I covered a lot of VFX in this background, so I will be closing this series. There was 2 videos for this, I mean, or maybe 3, yeah. Preparing in Photoshop, animating the first part, and now this is the last one. So if you missed them and want to catch them, go ahead. I will leave the description link in the description. So for now, thank you very much for joining, and thanks again for ZW for supporting this channel. And I will be more often releasing videos and see if I can